On this edition of Newswatch 18, find out the results of Tyler Sash's autopsy.
And also what's happening tonight in the Democratic presidential race. Tonight on Newswatch.
This is Newswatch 18. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Welcome to Newswatch 18. I'm Eric Manges.
And I'm Dakota Carpenter. Thanks for watching.
Autopsy results come back today regarding the death of former Iowa Hawkeye football player and standout and NFL player Tyler Sash. The results released by the Iowa Office of the State Medical Examiner show he died due to a mix of drug toxicity involving methamphetamine, hydrocodone, and the native Iowan played at the University of Iowa at safety from 2008 to 2010, while also winning a Super Bowl his rookie year in the NFL with the New York Giants. Sash was found dead at his home in Oskaloosa September 8th.
The Wyoming State Forestry Division is forcing the evacuation of over 500 homes after a wildfire outside of Casper continues to spread. The fire has grown to over 9,000 acres, up from 7,000 the day before. After already destroying 15 homes, Bill Crapser, state forester for Wyoming, hopes their evacuation and quick recovery can diminish the ongoing threat of the fire. Crapser also informed reporters that the fire started Saturday evening at a local landfill due to high temperatures and strong winds. Numerous fire departments from around the state are helping to suppress the flames.
Vice President Biden will soon make a decision about whether or not he wants to enter the race for president in 2016. After meeting with his advisors recently, despite the speculation, Clinton remains the frontrunner in the race. For Biden to enter the race, he has mentioned that he would have to have a good chance of winning. Looks like we'll have to wait and see, Joe Biden.
Tonight is the showdown between the Democratic candidates that are running for president in 2016. The first Democratic debate is tonight in Las Vegas. There will be a total of 5 presidential candidates on stage, but the main spotlight is on former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and former Vermont Governor Bernie Sanders. Sanders will have his chance to prove that as a 74-year-old Democratic socialist, he can take on Clinton and the Republicans.
Southwest Airlines is now offering round trips as low as $100. This 72-hour sale started today and will end by Thursday. Most of the $100 flights will be short distances, but nonetheless, this can still save you hundreds compared to other travel companies. Southwest has had similar flight promotions in the past, but if you're a thrifty kind of person and you want to go somewhere close by, this might be your time to buy a ticket.
Zimbabwe won't be pressing charges against Walter Palmer, the Minnesota dentist that killed Cecil the lion while on a hunting expedition this past June. Palmer and his family faced threats following the killing of Cecil, which included demonstrations that were held outside his office in Bloomington, Minnesota. 2 Zimbabweans are being charged in the case, and officials say they wanted Palmer extradited to face charges.
Unfortunately for teenagers across the country, come this spring, Playboy will no longer publish fully nude images of women. The change will begin in March and is contribute to a new direction the company is trying to go, and according to a press release by Playboy Incorporated. They aim to improve the written content of their magazine and to push their app version of the platform. Critics of the company applaud the move as they believe there's more potential for future growth of the company in a more news-based format.
Jurors ordered a Wisconsin gun store to pay nearly $6 million on Tuesday to 2 Milwaukee police officers who were shot and seriously wounded by a gun purchased at the store. The ruling came in a negligence lawsuit filed against the store, Badger Guns, by the 2 officers. The lawsuit alleges the shop allowed an illegal sale despite several warning signs that the gun was being sold to a straw buyer or someone who was buying the gun for someone who couldn't legally do so. Jurors since sided with the officers, ruling that the store was negligent in selling a firearm.
Former Chief Executive of Chicago Public Schools, Barbara Bennett, pleaded guilty today in federal court for taking bribes for better funding in certain Chicago school districts. The Chicago Public School system as a whole has been in tight money for years, and her distribution of funds based on favors netted her over $2 million in her personal pocket. In the past, she had served as CEO of the Cleveland and Detroit public school system, but no evidence suggests she committed a similar act at those locations.
Stay tuned for more Iowa State news. You're watching Newswatch 18.
A new development at Iowa State aims to provide international students with the tools necessary to learn what can be most intimidating about starting a new life in America, the English language. Technology software systems SciWrite has developed by students and professors for use in English second language classrooms as an integrated learning program used by international students to receive instant feedback on their writing in real time. Created almost 2 years ago from nearly a $300,000 budget in funds provided by the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, the software has been operating successfully and continues to be implemented in many classrooms.
Iowa State University is proposing a 3-year, $1,500 tuition surcharge that would affect thousands of international students. Board of Regents documents released Tuesday show the school wants to add an extra $500 annually for 3 years to the non-resident rates international students are already paying. The increase would go into effect beginning next year and would affect current and new international students at both the undergraduate and graduate school levels.
Living on campus can be daunting, but the Inter-Residence Hall Association at Iowa State attempts to make students in residence halls feel like part of a community. With this year's Fall Fest, Fall Fest will feature an event each day on campus that is designed for students living in any of the Iowa State residence halls. They're going to get food, games, and prizes that will be offered at each event, along with the opportunity to mingle amongst students' own halls as well as others from around the university. The event will take place October 19th to the 23rd.
Ames police are looking for assistance in locating robbery suspect Jeremy Devin McCorley of Ames. According to a statement released on the Ames Police Department's Facebook, arrest warrants were issued against McCorley in June of 2015, charging him with robbery in the first degree and assault while participating in a felony. McCorley was last seen in Ames in June. Anyone with any information is encouraged to contact the Ames Police Department or Story County Crime Stoppers.
A West Des Moines woman will be spending 3 weeks in Taichung, Taiwan as part of IBM's philanthropic effort to help cities solve problems specific to their communities. Rebecca Butler Mona is the Director of Portfolio Marketing for IBM Global Process Service for IBM, and in Iowa, along with a team of 6 IBM experts, will take on the task of analyzing the city's transportation data, and a group will recommend innovative and specifically tailored ways to address the city's issues of traffic.
Some 3 dozen Iowa park rangers are now carrying semi-automatic weapons. The Department of Natural Resources recently paid $1,400 for each gun, which is a civilian version of the M16 rifle. Iowa park rangers are certified peace officers like police, sheriff's deputies, and state troopers. The rangers must all complete 3 days of training at the shooting range, stating the guns will help them assist other departments along with their own.
The weather is changing here on campus and students are getting excited for what fall has in store. Dakota Carthen has the story.
Breaking news. Fall has officially hit Iowa State's campus. The trees have turned colorful and the weather has cooled down. And no one could be more excited than the students here at Iowa State.
Okay, so my favorite thing about fall is how it's kind of like the transition into the holiday season, and it's really fun to decorate. As you can tell, we had a really good time decorating the walls in our hall. I also like watching the leaves change colors. Just seeing the different pretty colors makes you really excited for holidays, and it's cold.
I like it when the trees change colors because they're pretty to look at, and the weather's just nice, and I can wear my fall clothes. The summer clothes are not as fun.
Fall weather, cool clothes, and Halloween has everyone excited. But enjoy fall while it lasts, because soon the ground will be covered with snow instead of with leaves. From ISU TV, this is Dakota Carthen.
Well, Brandon, with all this nice weather we've gotten, I'm sure the Cubs could use everything they can to actually have a chance at the World Series this year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm a Twins fan, so I know nothing about the Cubs, but we've got clear skies out there right now. We'll have your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Here are current conditions across Ames right now. We're looking at 49 degrees. Some clouds have picked up into the state right now, but we've got those calm winds at 0 right now. That's because the low pressure system, a weak one, is kind of swinging across the state right now. But in the forecast, we've got lots of sunshine. It'll be very nice. We've got winds will pick back up on Thursday, but we do have a chance of our first frost on Friday going into Friday night. So that is something to keep an eye on. Tonight, right now, not really any chance of frost in the forecast. 57 degrees in Ottumwa, 59 in Des Moines. We're even hanging on to some 60s over in Council Bluffs, 66 at the moment. Those winds, again, are swirling around right now as that low pressure is kind of moving off to the southeast here. 3 in Ottumwa, 5 in Des Moines, and 0 in Ames. And we're really not seeing any cloud cover associated with that right now. Don't worry about that. That's because we've got a high pressure system centered right over South Dakota, so that's keeping, you'll notice all the clouds kind of clear out here for the Midwest, but that'll change as we kind of go on through the week. You'll see throughout the night we're going to stay clear. Our next chance of clouds moving into the state are Wednesday afternoon, right around 2 p.m. This is what the models think right now. That'll clear off, and we're looking at some clear skies again for Thursday morning. Another nice day on Thursday as well. So 43 tonight for the low, 47 in Des Moines, so it's still staying pretty warm, especially for the south here, 40s. But as you move up north, 37 in Mason City and 39 in Fort Dodge. Tomorrow we're looking at temperatures in the upper 60s, so still hanging on to those very mild temperatures, 68 in Ottumwa, 69 in Des Moines, and even a pair of 71s out in Council Bluffs and Sioux City. Here for tonight in Ames, 42 degrees for the low. It'll be mostly clear, but getting a little chilly, just down to 42. That's just right 10 degrees above freezing. Tomorrow, 68 degrees. We'll have plenty of sunshine again. Those clouds will begin to build in the afternoon, and we're looking at west-northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. For your extended forecast, we're going to get those increasing clouds on Thursday. They'll move off Thursday morning, a high of 68 degrees, and then we start to cool down just a bit. It's 56 on Friday, and then we see the sun kind of just stick around in the forecast. We will make it back up to 70s to start the week, 72 on Monday and 70 on Tuesday. Tuesday looks to be our next shot at weather, and we're going to be right back. We're going to send it to break.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Taylor Mankle. Iowa State looking for answers after a very tough weekend in their first Big 12 road test against Texas Tech Red Raiders. The Cyclones struggled on both offense and defense, allowing 66 points on 776 yards, while only scoring a season-tying high 31 points on 495 yards. The silver lining for Iowa State in this one was once again Mike Warren. The redshirt freshman continues to run like an absolute madman, breaking his single-game rushing record for a freshman he set just last week. And on top of that, with 245 yards outing on Saturday, that puts him over the top for the single-season record for freshmen in rushing yards, passing the late, great Stevie Hicks. The volleyball team rests and prepares for the upcoming weekend after a tough outing against 10th-ranked Kansas in Lawrence. The Clones keep in the game early with great attacks from Morgan Kurt and some solid serving from Caitlin Nolan and Branna Berta. Regardless, the Jayhawks take the first set 25-20, and from there on, KU kicks in, taking the second 25-17 and the third 25-21. This match drops the Cyclones to 10-6 overall, 3-2 in Big 12 play. Iowa State will play next at home on Saturday against TCU. The game will start at noon. Iowa State soccer hosting UNI at the Cyclone Sports Complex. The Clones take a break from conference play to face off against the in-state rival Panthers. ISU comes into this one 5-6-3 with their latest match falling short to Texas in Austin 2-1. Iowa State has yet to take a game in the Big 12 Conference, 0-5 to start the conference season. Just want to let everyone know I am a Cubs fan. Just an FYI there may be bias. Chicago took on St. Louis this afternoon, winning 6-4 and taking the series, moving on to the NLCS for the first time since 2003. Cubs were carried again by the deep ball. 3 iCubs products, Kyle Schwarber, Anthony Rizzo, and Javier Baez all knocked one out, continuing the smoldering offense from the Cubs as of late, who clinched their first series from Wrigley Field ever. They will play next against the winner of the Mets-Dodgers series for a chance to play in the World Series. And that's all I have here for Sports on Newswatch. I'm Taylor Mankle. Stay tuned for more news.
Iowa State welcomes the Iowa State Association for Women in Communications as a new organization on campus. The organization is known nationally and helps promote leadership and the excellence of its women who are involved in the communications field. The Iowa State Association for Women in Communications is hoping to help prepare more women going into communications, providing networking opportunities, hosting guest speakers, and allowing job shadows. The Public Relations and Communications Director at Trilla's Marketing Group, Jana Riker, hosted a speech at tonight's kickoff event.
Fast food chain Chick-fil-A will be opening location on Duff Avenue tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. The store will be participating in an event called First 100. You guessed it, the first 100 people from predetermined zip codes in the community will be served Chick-fil-A. Will receive free Chick-fil-A for a year. More information on the eligibility, zip codes, and their First 100 event, visit chickfil-a.com.
Did you know that every blood donation has the possibility of saving up to 3 lives? Iowa State's annual blood drive will be held in the Great Hall of the Memorial Union from October 13th through October 16th. Everyone is encouraged to stop by to donate between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m.
And that's all we have for this edition of Newswatch.
Come back Thursday for more Cyclone news, weather, and sports.
Have a great night tonight, Ames, and remember, the Cubs have no chance to win the World Series.